experiencing different cultures of basketball, experiencing different cultures of life, seeing different things. The experience was great. You know, it wasn't too hard adjusting because I went to school in Bluefield, West Virginia. I actually played against Jorge in college. He went to Bluefield College. I went to Bluefield State.
Okay.
So the transitioning as far as areas, never is too hard for me. I mean, as long as I got a basketball,
there you go.
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Oh, I love it.
You mentioned different cultures of basketball here. Like, can you describe like a little bit difference of the culture, like in Bluefield is as opposed to the culture here, so to speak?
Okay, well, so me being from Chicago, the culture of basketball is we play more of heart and a lot of grit. You know, a lot of grit. We teach a lot of skill and fundamental stuff, but mainly it's just you got to have heart to play. When I went to school in Maryland, for instance, in the DMV area, they taught more about skill and the fundamentals of footwork and how to score. You know, here in Raleigh, it kind of reminds me of back home a little bit with that grit. Guys work hard here. You know, the culture of basketball, like they say, it's the hoop state. They get a lot of pros that come out of this area. A lot of great college players that come out of this area. So for me, the difference, I would say what separates Chicago basketball and Raleigh basketball with probably just I think it's pretty balanced, man. I think with Raleigh and Chicago is similar. But other places like New York and, you know, D.C., I think they differ from Chicago. But here I kind of see I see the grit and the fight in the game as well. So, you know, that's a huge thing.
Oh, absolutely. And kind of go back into your roots of Chicago, but how did you find out about the Raleigh Firebirds? Did they reach out to you, or how did that work out for you?
So my first year, the name of the league was the NAPB.
Yep.
And I was actually with the Ohio team. So second year coming around, when they started to post the tryouts and the dates and everything, I was actually going to go to the combine in Indiana, but for some reason I didn't have the funds I needed for the tickets, and the timing just didn't match up. So for some reason I was going to force it. But I actually sat and prayed on it, asked God, what do you think I should do? And he actually said, wait till the next combine.
That's awesome.
Just wait till the next combine. It happened to be here in Raleigh. So I got here comfortably, went through the combine here in Raleigh, and it was a blessing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Always put him first. You be good to go, my friend. All right, Jose, my friend, we're going to talk to you now. Your first year being a part of the Raleigh Firebirds. Again, we are live for Media Day at the Fox and Hound for the Raleigh Firebirds. Your first year, Jose, but what kind of experience you've had so far? You guys went up to Canada just a few weeks ago, which we'll get into that as well. But kind of talk about your first year being a part of the Firebirds.
So far, it's just a dream come true. You know, coming from where I come from, if you don't play like Boo Williams is known in the Hampton Roads area. Yep. So if you're really not under his program, it's just hard to get in college, period. So just me leaving from my area that I'm from and attending college, it was a big thing for me. So during my college career, it was just tough. Like, all right, maybe one day I can be a professional and play pro ball. And that, as it got closer and closer, I mean, it's just trial and error. Going to a lot of camps, going to a lot of pro combines. I feel like I'm performing well, but just not making it, you know. Yeah. So now that I'm here, it's just like a blessing. I'm just happy to be here.
That's awesome. Good for you, brother.
So tell me a little bit about the process of how you ended up here specifically in Raleigh.
Yeah, it's crazy that y'all got us two together because, like he said earlier, I played against Jamal.
So we planned that on purpose, you know what I'm saying? But had nothing to do with us. That's right.
Yeah, but I played against him in college. Like we was crosstown rivals, Bluefield State.
Yeah.
We always went at it in school, always. Like us two headbangers going crazy. So towards the end, I went to a few combine tryouts. I ended up messaging Jamal, asking is there any openings on his team. Yeah. And it just so happened while I'm messaging him, my agent was actually contacting Wade.
Wow.
So it just like it was
all worked
meant
out
to happen. I went to the team in Dallas. That went how I went to the team in Jersey in the same league. Both of those teams, it was just like, okay, they showing interest, but the Raleigh Firebirds, they just gave me they was telling me, all right, come on down. Came down for an evaluation game, played well in that game, and it just went from there.
Oh, I love it. Now, your trip to Canada, fellas, and both of you guys can jump in when you want to. Your trip to Canada, you drove up there for the first time on a bus.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's a long trip.
On a van.
On a van. That's a long trip for anybody.
Yes,
sir. I have
sir.
a 2.5-year-old, so you know how that feels.
Right.
But let's kind of talk about that trip and the bondage that you guys have set for this upcoming season, which is kind of poised to be a terrific season.
Right.
Now, let's kind of talk the bonding that you had in Canada. For you guys.
I think for me it was something that was needed because, like I said, this was my second time traveling with any of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, so I really didn't know too much about anybody here. I knew a guy that I played with, Kadarius Towns. I played with him in college, and I knew Jamal from playing against him. So I feel like that was an experience that was good for us. It helped us, gel a little bit more together. Just the laughs and the jokes we had all day. You had, 26, 27 hours to laugh and joke and just get to know each other as a person, So and I think things like that makes it easier for us when we touch the court.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, now you got a chance to play in Canada, so tell me a little bit about what it was like being up there and playing in that environment.
I think it was something that, we look forward to. Just walking in, seeing the arena.
Yeah.
Seeing the kids run up to you, make you feel like you something like, like you the LeBron James or something like that.
Yeah.
And just being in Canada, period,
Right,
people from when they found out we was from Raleigh, North Carolina, oh yeah, they was shaking your hands, asking for autographs, asking for pictures. So stuff like that makes you feel like, you're going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Sounds like Canada to me.
Oh, yeah. See, I've only been up to Canada one time for a baseball game, so this is a little different for me. But we're looking forward to a terrific season by both of you guys. Your expectations now going into your second season, Jamal, and then your first season, Jose. Let's kind of go into your expectations. And I don't put too much expectations in to really fourth because you never know. It's a brand-new team, but you guys have a great coach, a great owner.
Right.
But what is your true expectation going into your second season, Jamal?
Same expectations I had since I first picked up a basketball. Every season I play, win the championship. However we got to get it done, win the championship. And I believe that should be all of our expectations. I don't think we should believe in selling ourselves short or settling to get here.
Yeah.
Last year we were in the Eastern Conference Finals, so for me, I only feel like it's up. And I know how that felt losing that last game. I know how it felt. I know the taste it left in my mouth. So, I feel like last season, this past year, I feel like I left 2 championships on the table.
Wow.
Because after I was done with Raleigh, I went to Africa to play and made it to the championship game, and we lost that game. So for me, it's more about that championship. I can taste it.
Yeah.
And that was the closest I got to one since I was in 6th grade. Yeah. So, it's just about getting back there. And I expect that, and I hold all my teammates accountable for that, coaches, the organization. We all hold each other accountable for that goal because at the end of the day, that's what we want to go. We want to bring the championship back to Raleigh.
Yeah. So you've been playing basketball in the United States, Canada, and Africa all over the past few months. That's a whole lot of different basketball cultures right there.
Yeah.
You used to travel.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Basketball definitely take you around the world, though. It definitely would. That's what it did for me. I mean, my expectations, for me coming up, I played basketball on the strength of survival. Like, if I didn't play basketball, I really don't know what I'll be doing, Yeah. And it didn't hit me until my senior year in college. And I'm like, oh, man, this thing is almost over. Like, this ball can stop bouncing for me. So now it's just like now that I'm at this point where I'm at, my expectations is, of course, everybody want to win. Mm-hmm. But as a point guard, I really look coming into this thing and just trying to make everybody around me better. If I feel like if I do that as a point guard, then my job is done. I think the win's going to take care of itself. Because like you said, we got a pretty good team, pretty good organization, pretty good coach, owner, from the top to the bottom. Everybody just feels so solid, and it feels good to be here.
Fellas, thank y'all for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank
now,
you.
I'm going to talk about your trip down to Africa because I heard some great things up that way. That'll be off the air for you, okay? Hey, guys, have a great season.
You guys. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you guys soon, okay?
Yes,
Again, that was Jamal and Jose for the second-year and first-year player for the Raleigh Firebirds. Brandon, let's kind of go into a little bit deeper what we're doing here for the Raleigh Firebirds.
Right. I mean, this is obviously an exciting opportunity for all of us here at the Community Radio Network. I'm an honor to be a part of this journey to cover this semi-professional basketball league. Get to know these guys a little bit better, figure out how they work, how they succeed as a team. So it's going to be a really fun journey, Trey.
Absolutely, my friend. It's an honor to have you a part on the broadcast with us as we travel home and away matchup. That includes places like New Jersey, Indiana, Kentucky, Tampa Bay. I mean, a little bit of everywhere. So, and obviously the home games are in the Word of God Christian Academy down in Raleigh. But I tell you what, let's take a quick little music break, and then we'll come right back. We'll get some more players. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, you're tuned in to live coverage right here at the Fox and Hound live coverage of the Raleigh Firebirds. Back to live coverage right here on the Community Radio Network. Trey Snide and Mr. Brandon White join us for the CRN Sports Network. We are live for the Raleigh Firebirds Media Day. And here at the Fox and Hound, we have two brand new players. We just spoke to Jamal and Jose, the Raleigh Firebirds. Fellas, good afternoon to you. Welcome to our coverage. Let's kind of go into introduce who you are, and we'll kind of go from there.
How you doing? I'm Aaron Baker. I plan on winning this championship
There you go.
team. And I'm just ready for a great season this year.
There you go, Mr. Aaron. And let's introduce you, my friend, and we'll kind of go from there as well.
Darius Leonard, back for year 2. And it's championship or bust again.
There you go. I love it. And we'll get into the championship because you're only 4 points away from the championship last year in your first season, a part of this fantastic lead. But, Aaron, let's kind of go with you, my friend. How'd you hear about the Raleigh Firebirds? How did that all come about for you?
I was working out with a guy, Mr. Keith Horn, down in Greenville, and he knew Coach Wade, and they made some connections. And Coach Wade, he came to check me out.
Okay.
Where'd you end up playing college basketball at?
I played at Brunswick Community College
Yep.
down in Wilmington.
Okay.
And a little bit at Chattahoochee and Marietta, Georgia.
Okay, now we're like family. Didn't even know it. My sister went to that college, so yeah, down in Wilmington. So that's kind of family. We didn't even know it, my friend. So your expectations coming into the season again? You just said championship bust. That's everybody's admiration. But what are you looking forward to the most in your expectation wise for being a part here in the second season?
I'm really looking forward to making everybody better, especially for the next level. And with the teammates I have, everybody get along, and we do push to make each other better. And I just want to keep that up, making them better, and hopefully they can push me to make me better too.
Absolutely.
And how have players like Darius over here and the other veterans been helpful to you in transitioning into this team so far?
He's been helping me a lot, considering the fact that I took a couple years off from basketball. So coming back, he's been helping me by slowing things down. He's been talking to me, telling me to keep up the work, and pushing me hard in practice.
All right, so you take a couple of years off from basketball. Are you hitting the gym during that time, and like how do you transition